Thinking about skipping the septic scope? That could cost you literally thousands of dollars and a huge headache after closing. I'm here today to share the importance of what a septic scope is and why it should be done. I'm Lianne Hall with Paramount Real Estate Group. Here's a little bit of info. Now, most people are familiar with what a septic inspection is. It's checking the levels, making sure the baffles are working correctly, and for most counties, it's required. But what we're missing is what the septic scope is. So one way I like to look at it is it's kind of like doing a colonoscopy on a body. It's getting into the drain, into the pipes that go from the home to the system. During that time, the things that we can find out, and what I've found on many occasions, is there might be root encroachment, there might be sloping problems, we might have pipes that have had cracks, they're stuffed up, they're not working properly. This is when you get to find out what some of these major costs could be. Many times this can be up to $20,000 in repairs. So super important that extra inspection is done to avoid some of these issues. So in just a moment here, I'm going to have Brian Dodds, an inspector I use quite often. He does not only the home inspection, but he will do the scope as well while he's there. Now, it's not the most gorgeous inspection or something that you always want to stay and watch, but for me, it was great to learn the process of it, how the inspector gets to be able to do it. Sometimes there's an entrance point outside, and a lot of the time if they can't find it or get to it, they have to pull the toilet and, as you'll see in a minute, go that direction to be able to get down into the pipes. So stay tuned here. Brian, what's the process of how you're doing your scope today?
Well, hey, today's our lucky day. We get to do a toilet pull in here. So in a nutshell, gotta turn the water off, which just did down there in the angle stop. Gotta flush all the water out of this super duper tank. And then we're gonna pull this, and then we're gonna use this little super duper sewer camera. We're gonna go down here instead of a clean out. Now I would always prefer a clean out outside, but they oftentimes, if you do see them outside in their little white cap or green cap or something like that, don't put any bark over it. And be careful of the landscaper that comes over. Don't let him put bark over it, because that's where we need to go in. Instead, now we have to go in here.
That's why we're both in the bathroom together.
Yeah, that's why we're hanging out in the powder room, you know. There we go.
That's a good question. Brian, what type of equipment is this that you're using to do a scope with?
Oh man, what a good question to ask. This is a super duper Montana sewer camera. What I like about this one is that it records the audio. So when we're doing whatever we're doing, pushing, which you'll hopefully see here in a second if you keep recording, you can hear us and what we're coming up against. So we might be at an offset, or we might have a low spot, or we might have a break in the line, and we can tell you, instead of you looking at a video and then you looking at some written explanation of it. This doesn't seem to jive. So I like it when they talk. So you can watch me talk. Okay. Let's see here. I think we're about ready to go here. Oh, hang on. Gotta get to a super duper address here. There we go. All right, doing a sewer scope for 12320 98th Avenue Court, Northwest and Gig Harbor. We're gonna go in this super duper toilet. And we got Lianne over here. And we're gonna go in. We got the water on over there. Okay, so we have water on, which is probably straight ahead right here, and hopefully we can go down. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now we're probably in the crawl space. And we're probably traversing the crawl space now. That's a big word, I know.
I use that when I go
Man.
down a mountain.
Okay, traversing. Okay, so there's a tie-in for probably another section of the house. Still looking good. You can see the water flowing still. Still looks good. So this buildup on here means that it might have backed up in there at some point in time. And this is probably going outside the house here. It might go underwater a little bit with the baffle. And there it is. So there actually isn't a clean out. That's our baffle there at the tank for the septic tank that's in the yard. And we got fall all the way out. There's not a clean out outside that I can see. Wouldn't be a bad idea to cut one of those in. Other than that, we got fall all the way out, no low spots in the line, and that's good. All right.
What are the main things that you would find in a septic scope? Like if you're going to find the top 3 problems, what are they?
Where the line ties into the side of the tank, it's offset or it's not all the way in there, so the roots go in there. And when they pump the tank and do the septic inspection, oftentimes it's from the tank out and not from the house to the tank. So that connection at the tank, a lot of times they don't see the roots that are coming in there. Number 2, there's a low spot in the line because when they set the tank in the ground, they got all the dirt around it and they compact all the dirt around it and they press the line down. And then number 3, the line oftentimes can back up if there's a bunch of debris and they didn't pump it quick enough or in the cycle that they should have. And in turn, you can get waste that backs up and builds up in the line, and then it's kind of just all built up in the line. And I would say one more thing is like a lot of times people don't realize. Oh, sorry, man. Tough rules here. People don't know what the line looks like getting out to the house, or if there's a clean out somewhere that's hidden. And it's nice to have a knowledge of those things so that you can interact with it on your house.
For sure. So when you're buying a home, definitely ask where that is. Or you'll end up having the toilet taken away.
Yeah, well, and everybody, well, not everybody, but we hear a lot of people say that you don't need to scope a septic, and it's just not true. It's
right,
like
totally different inspections. So
yeah.
Really important you understand what the difference is between those 2 inspections. And if your inspection comes back with one of the 3 that you mentioned, what's the next step you think for a buyer?
Well, so the what I would like is for somebody to make the repair and then get another scope of the line to make sure that the repair is okay. So I would say sometimes the repair is quick and easy. In this case here, there's a lot of landscaping and walkways and stuff, and they didn't even have one out there. So it would be a bad idea for them to put one in just so that they have access out there. And then number 2, the stuff that we're going to ask them to do, we oftentimes get told that it's done and we don't know. And then when we come out there and we check, we find out that they didn't do it or they didn't do it right. So good to just have the company that did it. Hopefully they have a camera and they can do it when they're here rather than having someone like us come back out. I think that's a good way to do it.
Right.
But check it.
So what does it run to have a scope typically done?
$200, $250. I mean, most companies are $200, $250, $300 or something. I think it's worth it. I think
definitely for $200 and $250.
Yeah,
have just the prices of what you may not know, really worth that $200 spent.
Yeah, I think so. And I think at the end of the day, you know what you got. I mean, so at the end of the day, hey, now I know my line's good. I know my line's got some issues. I know I got to keep an eye on my line, or I know it's like, hey man, thank God I did it because now I can have Lianne hook me up and figure out how to get it fixed.
All right, that's it.
All right, way to go.
So thinking about buying a home, I'm your gal. I would love to help you through the process, connect you with great inspectors, make sure that you have the knowledge you need to before purchasing one of the biggest things in your life. My name is Lianne Hall. Feel free to reach out to my contact below.